The Sentai Review, episode 163, The King of Kongs. Well, it's the same Saturday for us, another Wednesday for you YouTubers, and whenever Seth gets to it, which is whenever.
Sneeze!
And a sneeze by a Bill.
Oh, Reploid Bill William Bush.
Seth Lovelsario.
Scott Action Jackson.
Nick the Lone Paladin.
And
Shane McCree, proto guy, who's currently in the bathroom taking a piss.
Yeah.
He'll be back in a minute.
Hey guys, I know you're about to get your podcast on, so I'll be quick. If at any time you feel like dropping your own opinion into what we're talking about, head on over to fandomnight.com, and all of the contact information for every single one of our shows, including the one you're about to watch, is there. Alright guys, I'll leave you alone.
Okay, we are back, and we are tackling a continuation on something else.
We said we'd do it. We fun to do it.
We finna do it.
Yeah, that's something that
as
we
soon as
absolutely...
we wait for Shane to get done in the bathroom taking a piss.
That's something that's absolute,
thankfully
is
it's just
to
a
do
pissing
the
out of
things
shit.
we say we're going to
Right.
do. And, because we said we were going to do it, it's time to beat upon our chests and climb buildings.
Ready to get your Kong on?
Ook, ook.
And Shane does a fist pump.
Hi.
Well, take us in, man.
Okay.
Like, we're going to
First-
be here forever.
We're going to the 1933 King Kong.
Yes. Oh boy. This is
Fucking-
going to be
Yes.
the best.
I own this. I even own the remastery special edition they came out with on Blu-ray, where they actually challenged directors like JJ to come in and make the same movie, and he couldn't fucking do it. Can't do it. Back then, studios were very careful about the way that they made movies, and it was movie magic for a reason. Nowadays, there's fucking behind the scenes and all this kind of footage and how we did this and look at our fucking dick size. We did this, we did this, we did this, we did this. Back then, they would make these movies and you would say, how did they do that? And they would say,
Movie magic.
No, they'd say, fuck you, that's how.
No, they'd be like, I did it.
there was no responses ever.
Yeah.
And if you got caught back then, if you ever notice, if you pay real close attention, actors were not, they didn't just go from one movie to another movie to another movie. They stuck with studios. If you were working for Universal, you were a Universal actor, and that's where you were. And if you fucking went over to Paramount and did a movie, you ain't fucking coming back.
Yeah.
You had to be a bad motherfucking actor.
Yeah, I mostly know that with the Martin and Lewis thing. When they split up, their contracts were still with Paramount. So they had to finish up the rest of their picture contract with Paramount.
Yep.
Well, this happened quite often. If you pay attention, like most of these actors, they'd stick with one company basically until they fucking died. They just keep making movies. Well, part of that was because if you went off to another studio and started talking about how we did this, how we did that, how we did this, they would remove your ass from Hollywood. They were not interested in giving away their secrets, and because of that, King Kong, 1933, is still a movie by today's standards. They don't know how it was done. Literally. They have no fucking clue how that was done. They asked these new age directors to come in, and they said, utilizing the technology of the time, make that movie. Couldn't do it. These new guys have no clue how that was done.
All right, so here we go, 1933 King Kong. Once it opens, there we go.
Yes, Uka.
Because this is the one that we reviewed for the monster fights back in the day, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep. That's what I thought.
Objects on case may not be actual size.
Yep.
Yeah.
The original 1933 classic in glorious black and white.
And there will be a few images.
Now on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And there will be
In
some
glorious
images.
black and white.
I have it.
I think I did find some images that were colorized. So
Well, wouldn't it just be even more shades of black and white?
If I'm not mistaken, there was a project done, and some famous people stood against this project, where they were going into movies like this, and they were digitally putting in color. I think it was a process called True Color. I can't remember.
sounds familiar.
But there were some certain directors, some famous people that stepped forward
Yep.
that said, "Don't fucking touch it. Movies are art. If it was built this way, leave it the fuck alone." And then some of the same people that stepped forward and said, "It is inappropriate to take these pieces of art and then add to them or take away or change their structure," later went on to be George fucking Lucas.
Yep.
He stood against the making and changing of these films, saying they were art, leave them the fuck alone. Once the movie is made, it is no longer your movie. It belongs to the public, and it is an expression. You wouldn't repaint the Mona Lisa. Leave it the fuck alone. And
Yep.
then he did Star Wars.
Yep.
Again.
Yep.
And again. And again. And again.
Well, actually, yeah, he only did it a handful of times. So
Well, that's why he
Every
didn't add
single
another
time
again.
it was released.
Yep.
Every time it was released, it has been changed.
Yep.
Every time.
There
It was changed when it went to
there was the
VHS.
theaters, the VHS, the special edition VHSs, the DVDs, the special
Nope.
edition DVDs.
There was change for Laserdisc before it was even changed for DVD.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
forgot
Yeah.
Laserdisc.
Yeah, there were actually
Yep.
changes to the Laserdisc.
And then Blu-ray. So that's 7 or 8 different changes right there.
Don't you own the original cut?
I had
you have a original cut.
the VHS at one time.
I
But
still
even
have,
that is actually not the original cut. There
I
were
still
changes
have
made
all
to the VHS.
3 of my original VHSs and my special edition.
The only
VHSs.
way to have an uncut, untouched, originally aired in theaters broadcast is to have the actual reel. To have one of the
Like some
actual
of the
reels.
old like VHS tapes.
No, even they were altered. They're the most least altered.
Yeah.
But even they are not the original theatrical versions.
So the original cut on the reel did not have Jabba at the Millennium Falcon.
No.
Oh, it had some guy standing in.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt was a dude.
No. He wasn't there at all. The original theatrical feature did not have that scene anywhere in the movie.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
that
cut
was cut
before
out of it,
production.
Yep.
Then it was added later on.
Because, I own the Blu-ray, so mine's been fucking altered like a son of a bitch.
Yours has shifty neck solo.
I did find a source for a version of the unaltered that I gave one to Bill. So
I do have to say one thing about this King Kong thing, Bill. I'm really glad he was only like 2 stories tall. Because if that motherfucker would have been walking down the street, I would have shit myself to death, came back to life, and been like, nope, back to dead. Because fuck that.
next,
Look, that's
Dude
not
is
even,
like-
that's not even the worst
Oh.
part. If that would have been King
Look,
Kong,
all right, let's
then
just say
that
this.
That
is
woman-
already insane.
Yeah, that woman is huge.
I don't even care
That's
about
a
that.
huge bitch.
See, huge bitch is okay. Monkey who's...
Does that mean they teamed
All right,
up
let's
with
just say this.
the 50-foot
That's
woman?
the Empire State Building right there, right? That is my assumption.
I'm thinking
That is
I
at
think.
dick level of King Kong on the fucking cover.
Does that mean Adam owns the Empire State Building? Because Adam gets dick.
next.
Oh my gosh.
Big monkey head.
Monkey.
Monkey head. Wasn't Universal Studios famous for this monkey head?
Yes. Yeah, for years.
Okay, maybe it's just me, but does that monkey have gold teeth?
No, he doesn't brush and he just eats people. So that's probably just a chunk of person and bone.
Okay.
Next.
See, look,
Yeah.
he doesn't brush his teeth. Now he lost a lot of his front teeth.
Bitch, I eat people.
And he's eating a guy.
Can I be honest with you? Look at that guy. He doesn't care.
That guy's just like, yeah, my life sucks anyways. I was going to jump.
Excuse me, I am a fuck-mothering gorilla, and I killed a lot of people to get this
He
title.
ate a lot of people to get that title. Get it right, Seth.
Dude, I'm just saying, that guy is so uninterested that he is being eaten.
So wait, does that mean King Kong takes enthusiastic walks through the jungle?
Very enthusiastic walks.
Next.
See, he looks so goddamn goofy.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to the other one.
He likes that lady.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Go back to the other pictures. They were better. They looked more like a monkey.
Nah. Oh, wait, wrong thing.
Next.
Dude.
Gotta fight a T-Rex, Bill.
Dude, that's so good. And also, that T-Rex is famous for doing something that... It's a small thing, but it's actually in movie history. It's incredibly fucking famous that... What do your movie monsters do in their spare time? What do they do? Because right now...
They take a nap.
No,
They roam
but see,
around.
that's exactly it. Oftentimes, these movie monsters would show up on screen, they'd fight, they'd punch each other in the head or whatever, and yada yada, one of them would die or whatever, and that'd be the end of it. And then any other time you seen them, he's right, they'd be sleeping. This T-Rex is the first time ever where you seen it when it was unoccupied. It kind of walked around, looked left, kind of was bored, itched its chin,
Okay, that
When it
is
can
highly
reach-
unbelievable.
walked off.
Because
When it
it's a
reaches chin.
fucking T-Rex.
No, it's very believable.
Should not be
It
able to
moves
itch its chin.
It moves its head down and actually scratches its chin, and then kind of looks around, and then kind of wanders. And it's a small little thing, but it brought a life to that thing there that is still missing today in most monsters that are on screen.
Yep.
It's okay, T-Rex still can't raise the roof.
This fight scene, I've never actually... I've seen bits and pieces of this movie, but never all the way through. This fight, you know how you said...
Oh, no, that's right. You passed out. Never mind.
You said that all these New Age directors tried to reenact this movie with the 30s technology.
Yes.
Was this fight claymation?
Yes.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, she's in the fight.
So they had to...
That is a lot of clay, Shane. That is
No.
a lot of clay.
As
Or
far as they can
background.
guess, what happened
foreground.
here was they made this fight, then they made her do all the other stuff, then this is a combination of puppets, claymation, a type of green screen layered film effect,
Yeah,
which
the
was not
forefront and the
easy back
background
then.
stuff,
No.
Yeah.
It was very hard back then. And
Probably pricey,
also, there's also another thing where there's a big giant screen here, and they're projecting that fight back there while she's doing things in the foreground. So it's like a massive combination of puppet work, film overlays, claymation, and projection work.
Yep.
So it was...
It's incredibly versatile and amazing for its time.
Yep.
edited very well.
Very well.
Next.
That's mine. Bad bird.
Now, see, this
Give
doesn't
me
look
back my
claymation.
man.
But see, that's exactly what I'm getting at.
Yeah, it's-
dude, if you watch this movie and really think about it, these are puppets, claymation, projections, overlays. Like, they would make it where, like, that arm is real, because she has to be in that arm, so that's a big puppet work. And then the claymation would be kind of layered into the background through projections, and then puppets would take the place of the action from time to time, and it would switch from, like, headshots to arm shots to like, where it would just, like, slap the bird, and the bird would be a real bird for a minute. They would go back to the claymation, where he would drop her out of the puppet hand, and then all these mountains would be kind of, like, real in the foreground, and she could climb across that, and then they would layer the film on top of one another, so that it looked like King Kong was there, but he actually isn't. That's one piece of film on top of another piece of film, and that creates the illusion. In editing, You have to do it from time to time where when you insert a picture and the picture has to go across the screen, that layer of film has to be on top of the sub-layer of film that's on the bottom in order to create the effect where both films play at the same time and it looks like they were one thing.
Yep.
Now, something else to note with this, look at the pterodactyl. Look at its wings. Those are actually more realistic than a lot of stuff that I've seen nowadays.
Right.
Well, nowadays
But that's
everything's
because-
CGI.
Well,
Yeah, that's a shame, too.
Plus, at the same time,
Well, I mean,
practical effect, you
they
can
do a
more with.
lot of work with CGI that almost passes off as, oh shit, that's real. Wait, no, that's CGI.
I think it passes off for about a year. Our eyes, it's just like that weird thing that's coming around the bend now where things are looking real and they're not real, and somehow you can tell that it's soulless, but you can't until you give it about a year.
They talk.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Rogue One
They
when they added in, Peter,
Tarkin,
Cushing?
Admiral Tarkin.
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah,
I know
Peter
what you're
Cushing.
talking about. Yeah.
Peter Cushing's character, yeah.
when they CGI'd him in completely,
I could still.
for
I
a
could tell
good-
he was
for
fake.
For a good minute or so, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I mean, okay.
And then I was like, "Wait, he's dead."
when you first glance at it, you're like, "Oh, that's cool," and then you're like,
I was
"Wait a
like,
minute."
"Shit, that's Peter Cushing."
Then you
Wait
look at
a
it
minute.
again, and you're like, "Oh, I can kind of tell."
Well, I mean,
it's-
they kind of CGI'd him at the end of Revenge of the Sith.
I thought he looked real when he was a reflection in the glass, and as soon as he turned around, the illusion was lost on me.
Yeah.
Next.
Monkey not happy.
How big was he
chained
supposed
up.
to be?
25 feet.
25 feet.
I think he's only 25 feet.
Two stories.
That's the reason why he lost to Zilla in the original Monster Fights, is because, sadly, 25 feet does not compare to, 30, 40 stories tall.
Punt.
Yeah. Sadly, that's about as
Yep.
big as his ankle.
Years ago, when
So
we
it
did the
comes up to his
monster
shin, and
battles
it's like,
and we were
oh,
picking
fuck.
battle partners, we took him versus Zilla without realizing just how different they really were. And even Zilla was big enough to be like, "Fuck out of here, kick."
Yeah, but
We're like, well, fuck, we made a miscalculation.
Zilla would sneeze and King Kong
course.
would fly a half a continent.
Of course, then again, we also made another miscalculation when we pitted the Mummy up against the fucking Headless Horseman from Johnny Depp's Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, we figured
We're
out
like,
that
oh,
horseman had hands down.
fuck.
The Mummy had no shot at all.
no.
Next.
Get it?
I want to fly too.
I think this was like a lot of claymation and stop motion stuff right here.
It's a lot of stop motion, and then they would film the pilots behind us. Like they would film the monkey by himself in claymation, like swiping and things. Then they would do a thing where there's like a projection screen in front of him, and the pilot was like a real in like a like the fake jet thing. And he's like trying to fly, and it would play it in front of him so it looked like he was flying around the gorilla and like.
And then these are like model planes.
Yes, and then there was like little model planes, and there was puppetry work, and it is amazing
Scott,
what they did in this movie.
what building did King Kong climb?
It's supposed to be the Empire State.
Nope.
They often tell you all the time.
The Empire State Building's that building in the background.
Yep.
It
Yes.
climbed the Chrysler Building.
Yep.
They often tell you all the time
Oh yeah.
that like Casablanca, I
yeah.
believe, is referenced as one of the greatest movies ever made. I
Yeah.
would argue that maybe not storyline wise, but this film may be the most powerful technical marvel of movie magic that had ever been produced up till this time, and for probably a decade after at least.
Next. Okay, that's it for this Kong. So we rate this Kong.
Well, we did it for the Godzillas.
Here's the thing. Like I said, this is the 30s time period. You got to put time period. This is the OG King Kong. All right.
Right.
You know, for what they did in the 30s, this is absolutely amazing. This is actually quite impressive. I'm giving this guy a 4 because it's the 30s. Because they were able to do what they could do back then with limited technology and still bring this thing to life. I mean, yeah, now if you watch it, can you
And
tell
he's before Godzilla.
Yeah.
Godzilla's 55.
Yeah, he's
So, I mean, really stop and think
He's
about the time
22
gap here.
years
And
before.
Godzilla often looks more fake than he does sometimes.
Well,
Yeah.
we can obviously see like a rubber suit. We can tell that that's a rubber suit.
Yes.
Right.
This, I'm still under, like, right here. You know, like you said, claymation when he's doing this. But standing there, puppetry maybe? Don't know. I'm not an editor, director, anything like that. I'm not. Somebody told me how did they do that?
Yep.
Yep.
Fuck you. That's how.
It's an amazing documentary when they bring those directors in and they're like, they just ask them. They say, this scene right here, this 15 minutes, make it.
The goofy.
And they play around with it for like a month or so, and every single one of the directors is like, I don't know how they did this.
The goofy looking expressions, I'm fine with. He's a big monkey. He's gonna make faces when he doesn't
The
understand.
monkeys look goofy.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
The monkeys look goofy. I mean, realistically, and yet at the same time, for all the goofiness, look at that.
And let's be real. He's not
His
even a
face
monkey.
is very mean and angry right there. Yeah, he's a gorilla. Yes.
Yeah, he's a gorilla.
Right.
And gorillas do make weird faces. I mean, I don't.
It has an incredible range for its time.
It does. It really does, and that's why I gave it such a high score.
3.6.
That's still good.
4.3.
That's a good one.
I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm at 4.6. I'm still amazed every time I see it. Even
Oh,
little
wow.
things during the claymation, if you're watching it, his
What?
hairs move.
Somehow, all of our random scores made a 20, so OG King Kong is a 4 overall.
Straight 4, damn it.
Yeah, like
No point.
one of
I
the
got
other
a
things
straight
about it
4
is that
for you.
the claymation was not the
I
claymation is
wouldn't
actually
even feel it
hairy.
at this point.
So when he's wandering around and whatnot, his fur and stuff actually moves
Yeah.
because of the way the claymation
It
was.
was-
Because he actually is a furry puppet thing.
If we could talk to the guy who came up with that idea, he's very dead.
He's very dead.
Yeah.
You know, I would like
Just
to,
like-
Unless he's
just
still
like a
at
couple
100,
minutes dead.
But, you know.
Okay.
I like to pick his brain.
1962.
Yes!
Okay, so hold on a second. We had 1933 King Kong.
Yep.
Yep.
Then he vanished for 3 fucking decades,
Yep.
and now he's
Yep.
back versus Godzilla.
All because of Frankenstein.
Yep.
Yeah. All because of Frankenstein.
All because of
for those of you
Frankenstein.
who didn't see the Godzilla episode,
Go
pause
back
this,
and watch
Go
it.
back and watch it, because we explained it.
This is gonna suck. Hold on, let me try to open it this way since the first one's being a
no.
bitch.
There goes Tokyo.
Yeah,
Go,
'cause he showed
Jira!
it as a JPEG instead of a JPG.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How big is King Kong supposed to be in this movie?
They are
big
about
as.
equal. Yeah, they're as big as.
Okay, so original Godzilla was.
Well, it's not Zilla, it's Godzilla.
So I said the original Godzilla.
Right.
Yeah, this
Was
Godzilla, this Godzilla, you're looking at the '60s one right now.
God, 160 feet tall.
I honestly would not know off the top of my head.
Hold on, let me go back. I'll find the damn photo in
But
the
this,
messenger. I know it's
this
in
for as goofy as this is, I don't give a fuck. This is still one of my favorite movies I've ever
wait.
watched.
It's in
there. No,
color.
that's a hangout room. Fuck.
I
Where's
watched
meeting
the
group?
shit up out of this
There's the
movie.
meeting group.
Next.
Yes. That's when they drug his ass so he can get him to go to sleep so they can transfer him from the island because
There we
they
go.
find him on the island and they're like we're gonna move his
Shit.
ass to we're gonna move his ass off the island and so they drug him with this crap. I can't even remember what it is.
I
Something
thought
to get
he
him
was
to drink.
drunk more than.
I think 54 is the closest that we have.
Yeah.
In which case, based off
50
that,
meters.
he's about 50 meters tall.
Okay. So that puts King Kong roughly 50 meters. So he had a growth spurt.
Next.
Yes, there it is.
Chug.
See, and this is what I was talking about giving credit to the 30s is, look, this is when they start doing the costumes and the tokusatsu filming, and he looks
How
bad.
tall did you say, Seth?
50 meters, so about 150 feet tall.
It's 164 feet.
Yeah.
He actually does not look as good as he did in the 30s.
Oh, I can tell. I can tell.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
My lord! It's so good.
Hey, you guys want to come over and see my trees? They're pretty cool.
That's what
How about
covers
these
my
rocks?
nuts.
I got a cliff behind me.
Next.
Yes.
Holy fuck, that guy's tall. Dude with dude with sunglasses is not much shorter than Godzilla.
That Godzilla suit actually looks really fucking sweet.
It's not sweet to wear it.
Oh, I guarantee it's not.
Oh my
Either
god.
one of them
That
are
motherfucker. How much did that thing weigh?
It was heavy as shit, dude. It was like a giant fucking sponge.
Was it
Yeah.
was it comparable to what Michael Keaton had to wear with that fucking bat suit?
I would tell you it's worse than what Michael Keaton was
Yeah.
wearing.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael Keaton actually was able to, I don't know, have the wind on his face at least. This poor bastard.
And
He had to hope that something blew through the mouth and down the neck.
Next.
I can't see shit in this. What the fuck is going on?
Get your patty cake on.
Let's dance.
That face is so
Unfortunately-
smashed together with how
Unfortunately,
bad the quality of the picture is.
in this
So
fight,
good.
I think King Kong would win and become the patty cake champion.
Okay, do you want to know what King Kong's face looks like to me right now? It is a combination between the Nazi face getting melted in Raiders of the Lost Ark, Arnold Schwarzenegger's eyes exploding out of his head in Total Recall, and a dude with a fro.
I think he looks like Harry from Harry and the Hendersons.
That too.
Yeah.
So you combine all four of those.
Oh my god, it does!
Yeah.
I had to picture
What
that
the
for a minute.
shit?
Yep.
I had to.
Next.
That's an older movie. That's a necklace. Oh no, yeah, he's doing the flare chop.
So
He has trouble keeping those gators down.
so
That's why he's gotta
Godzilla
chop
looks
it.
like he's about to bust a rap. And King Kong is like his backup dancer.
Oh shit!
Next.
Yeah,
Dick.
yeah,
He-
bitch.
Bitch rock!
He threw a rock, and he's getting ready to play jump rope with with Godzilla's tail.
Bitch rock.
King Kong throws. King Kong.
Wait,
Rock smash.
wait! I know what King Kong's doing. He's getting ready to fight Superman because King Kong throws a rock.
Man, he just went all the way back to the takeouts in the original Chairs introductions.
Damn right. Bill throws a rock.
Next.
King Kong throws a
Okay.
rock. It's super effective.
Sometimes,
So-
Bill, we got to bring it back to the OG.
Okay.
We get to rate this Kong.
Once again,
2.
this is the 60s.
2.
This is rough,
1.5.
Well, this is the
Just say 2.5 so
I
to be
actually,
an even 2.
Godzilla passes
Do
for
it.
me. This is very rough. The monkey suit thing.
Okay, Shane
He
agrees.
looks.
2.5.
God
he looks
damn it,
so
Shane.
derpy.
Even 2 fucking moving on.
I love this
Damn
movie,
it.
but I'm not
Yeah.
oblivious to how bad he looks.
Like I was saying, it's the 60s, but even then, the technology's gotten a little bit better, and somehow we went.
Yes and no,
Worse.
because you got to remember, this is still a Japanese
betrayed
movie,
me.
so their technology
I
is
betray you.
behind ours.
Yeah, he did.
1966 to 1969.
Score down below.
The
2.
King Kong Show.
Yes.
Wait, that
It was a TV show that went for 3 years.
Yes.
called
yes,
the
it was.
King Kong Show.
Yes.
Yes.
It was the King Kong show.
Oh, well, to be fair, that's the most real. And it looks closest to a gorilla.
It is the King
my
Kong
God.
Show, not the Kong King Show.
RKO General.
Why does that
Out of
company
nowhere?
sound really
Out of
familiar?
nowhere.
Because the company came from out of nowhere.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
wrestling
shit.
reference.
Next.
No, seriously, RKO sounds really familiar.
It
to me.
was an
Because it
old,
comes
an old
from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
it was an old
It's
company.
it's an old cartoon company. I want to say they used to make piss.
Didn't they
I
do
know
like
they didn't
Casper
make this.
and,
Probably,
like,
who knows?
Mighty Mouse?
Did they do the old Casper?
I think
Cartoon?
they did. That might have been it.
That's,
Hold on.
well, I'll look it up. Just you guys keep
But
talking.
Look at that fucking monkey.
Yeah, I see that monkey.
Bill, it's a cartoon.
Dude, 60s cartoons are so bad.
Next.
Oh my god.
He's got a crown on his head. He's the King Kong.
Oh no, I didn't say this was good. I just said, "Hey, look at it."
Jesus, the animation is so bad.
The
When was this?
animation? Look at him! It's not even the
Next.
No, come on, Bill. Come on.
Oh my God! With the Scooby face.
Sad.
No, I don't need Puff the fucking happy gorilla.
Wasn't this like Speed Racer type of animation style?
No, Speed Racer is better than that.
Ooh.
Marginally, but still better.
Astro Boy was better, and that was what, the 50s?
Next.
No, Astro Boy's 60s. Which is
Ew.
this. This was 60s. God, why am I
No,
not?
I think you're wrong. Because Astro Boy was in the atomic concept age, and the 50s was
Oh,
very
maybe it
much
was
the
50s.
alien age.
Next.
I don't like how happy he is. He's supposed to be angry.
No, he's not. He's Happy Kong. He
likes-
got his own TV show, Shane.
He's a kid-friendly show. He's got to be happy.
Oh yeah, the
totally happy.
Yeah,
Next.
yeah.
Well,
Oh, I'm figuring out puzzles. Ugh.
Well, Kong is intelligent as shit.
Next.
Oh, they're trying to
Oh.
reenact the original. Yeah.
Next.
Oh.
Look how fucked he is.
He's kind of tied up.
Fuck life.
Next.
I'm noticing that somebody here's not
Okay.
really saying much.
I'm doing what he's doing. I'm looking up shit.
Tom and
So,
Jerry.
Yeah.
Tom and
and
Jerry.
way better animation, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tom and Jerry.
So let's rate this.
One.
Kong.
Oh,
I'm
hold
sorry
on,
they
let me-
had- to
Except
see
it
this.
wasn't the cat and mouse Tom and Jerry.
Actually, no. One is
were
this is
vagrants.
simply bad. This guy, he gets that 0. I'm sorry you had to know this existed.
I'll agree with that.
I'm being kind. I'll give it a 1.
Oh, okay. Hold on. RKO did Felix the Cat. That's how it sounds familiar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved Felix the Cat. Still do.
1.
I loved Eek.
Well,
I miss Eek.
Does this go on the list, Shane? Is this something we have to revisit?
Put it on the list!
Scott,
I give it a 1.
hand me that list.
You just made the list! Yes!
Cartoon Sad Monkey is a 0.4.
Hey, guess what? It's 0.4 more than it deserves.
Hey, that is a sad rating.
Right?
Hey, I know what's going to get the shiny turd award for this episode.
1967, King Kong
I don't
escapes.
Escapes from what?
Hopefully that goddamn cartoon.
Came out the same year.
That's kind of true.
It's probably why they named it Escapes. Shit, he's
Yes!
fighting Mecha Kong!
Yes!
Wait, is Mecha Kong shooting a weird laser out of a third eye?
He has like a laser on top of his head.
I
if
got
remember
scared
right.
for. Okay. Whew.
Is that the Loch Ness
I was-
monster?
I think
That's
it is.
Nessie.
But I was looking at the name right underneath of it, and I thought for a second it said Akira Toriyama. I was about to be like, this better be goddamn amazing. That's all I'm saying.
No.
But it's not animated.
Forgetful Toriyama.
Oh, yeah, it
so.
might be forgetful Toriyama.
I forgot I was in this. Or I had any part in it.
Next.
No, actually, Akira Toriyama was a baby at this time.
Oh.
I want to say this is continued from the storyline of the King Kong versus Godzilla, but I honestly
Oh.
cannot
What the fuck is
remember.
that? The fuck am I looking at?
That's a big lizard.
King
A
Kong's
0?
face looks
Already?
really creepy.
I got to see another
It's
picture.
got to impress the fuck out of me to do better than
I
that.
mean, Mecha Kong looks cool.
Next.
Oh, God!
Yeah, I'm sticking with that. Yeah.
What the fuck is that on the side of his head? What is that?
The side of his head, his hand, the puppetry is coming apart.
The fucking... Oh, no! the fucking wire shit is coming out of his fucking hands. Oh, that's
Is it
good.
sad that reminds me of those shitty fucking Rangers we got as kids, where after a while
Yes.
they would break and you get the
Yep,
fucking
you get the
wire
wires
frame
that came out of them.
Yeah.
You mean the G.I. Joes?
Yeah.
Next.
I never had mine in G.I.
Oh,
Joe
God.
form. He's
He
talking
looks-
about
he
those
looks really
guys
sad
that were
now.
like this. They were like a cross,
yeah.
and they were like made of
Those, okay.
rubber.
T-pose Rangers.
I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about, how, like, if you played around with your G.I. Joes too much, like, they would come apart at the hips.
No, we had what was it? It was
I know
like
which one you're
literally
talking about
rubber,
now.
Yeah, with the wire frame in it.
He looks too sad here.
I think we got something fucked up.
Well, I'm about to make him sad.
We're in the 60s. We're
Yeah.
in the 60s. See, the 30s realistically should have looked like this, and the 60s should have looked like the 30s. Why did we get it backwards?
It's because after the 30s, people were like, hey, we want to make Kong again. How did you do that? And the old timers went, fuck you,
Let me
that's
tell-
how.
Here, let me tell you. I'll write it down.
This
No, Shane. Instead of the
his
Stone
fur
Cold
looks better
salute,
than King
Let me
Kong.
explain how this works. Japan. Next.
Next.
His fur looks better than
Oh.
it did in the.
Hey, that one doesn't look too bad.
His face looks like it's melting.
Don't worry about that. I mean, look at the fucking dinosaur. The dinosaur looks good,
Dinosaur's biting his leg.
Good.
but it looks cool.
Should take his fucking face off and put a new one on. I have to look. Watching this movie, you have to look at Kong's face. It's melting. It's like they did this out in the summertime when it was like 102 out.
And they made
They
the head
probably
out of
did.
wax.
Next.
Yes.
Hey, that one's better, Shane.
Looks like he's about to do the Thriller.
He would get a point if that was true.
Because this is King Kong! King Kong now!
Damn it! You said that. Now all I could think of is send for the man.
Next.
Yes!
Oh.
Robobot! He's got like this tiny little turd tail thing coming out. What the shit?
Next.
With you! It's rock! Hold on a second. I want you to notice one big thing. Look at his arms. Look at his chest. Look at his stomach area. Now look at his itty bitty legs.
Yeah.
That's not the thing I'm noticing. Is that a shark in the background?
That's what I noticed. At
You
first,
shut
too,
up! They're setting up Sharknado fucking 50 years ahead of time, alright?
Where do you see a shark?
You see the fin?
Yeah. Right in between the two.
Hold on.
Right in the middle. Right there.
That's a building.
Yeah, that's part of the building back here.
Well, I'm
That
so...
looks like a shark fin.
That's a building.
That's how terrible it is.
right.
Okay. They're supposed... What building looks like it's in the fucking Arctic?
They went to
Buildings
Hoth.
made in the Arctic.
Shane, they're on Hoth. Over that
Haven't get
rocky
one-
ridge.
that-
Hold on. Over that rocky ridge, Han Solo just cut open a tauntaun and shoved Luke Skywalker in it.
That would get another point for being on Hoth. I'm not giving this monkey anything.
Thriller and Hoth.
What? And what is with Kong being... What, you can't throw a rock when the motherfucker's looking at you?
No, he's gonna.
Oh, he's
not throwing the rock. He's gonna beat him with a rock.
And he's got that face. It's a good
Just
face.
rip one of the road flares off his chest and shove it down his mouth. Game over.
Next.
Moving on.
Oh,
Now you guys are tag teaming.
Why?
Really?
Tag team the dinosaur.
His face
It's
is
a triple
amazing.
threat match.
Look at them. Look at him. Look at that face.
You know what? You want to know what Mecha Kong kind of reminds me of?
Something cool.
Kind of reminds me of the Mecha Turtle. Little bit.
Okay.
That's a good dinosaur, though.
That dinosaur is awesome.
Actually, amazingly-
They blew their entire budget for the King Kong
Why is it in the
movie
Arctic? I don't-
on the
You
dinosaur.
know?
Yeah.
That's a lot of snow and shit, man.
Next.
Now they're in
And that
Paris.
explosion.
Now they're in Paris. You know, you guys are
So,
you know how long it takes to fucking, rebuild the Eiffel Tower?
Head laser.
so Mecha Kong is shooting double lasers
Weeks.
and putting his foot.
Put some Gorilla Glue on it.
Okay, so Mecha Kong is shooting 2 lasers and pulling a red Foreman on a dinosaur.
They're gonna have plenty after the double kick. Anyway.
Oh shit! No.
Next. Okay.
Oh fuck!
So
I already gave mine.
I have a question now.
Oh,
Did
go
it
ahead.
make the list?
All of those pictures that we've seen, I didn't see Nessie. That better not have been that dinosaur.
It was that
I think it was
dinosaur.
that
that was
dinosaur.
a dinosaur.
Scott, go back.
Please go back to the very first picture.
Oh, God!
That does not. That's not a. I'm done.
It's a motherfucking T-Rex, Shane.
It's not a T-Rex. That is
Motherfucking
literally.
T-Rex.
That looks like the Loch Ness monster. That is what the fuck. That's false advertisement. There was not one picture with the Loch Ness monster. And first off, how did they get from the Arctic to Paris so quickly?
Shane, you just have to ask yourself one question. What the fuck, Japan? What the fuck, Japan?
Anyway.
Stealing from Babylon again.
Anyway.
Sorry, borrowing.
Oh my god. Fucking put him on the goddamn list.
Oh, good. 2 in favor. Who else is agreeing with me? That's the third. Who
The
else?
movie's good.
We went
His
back,
fur design is actually better than it was in the
but I can't get over the face.
Kong versus Godzilla.
It does, but I
The
can't get
face is worse.
over how.
I know.
The face is worse and it's melting.
The technology is going
The
backwards.
puppetry is falling
One.
apart. And they didn't even
Yeah,
bother
one is
to
fine.
hide it.
One is fine.
Oh, hey, look at that. He got the same as fucking sad-ass cartoon. 0.4.
So we have a tie right now for the
For
shiniest
King Shit.
turd.
Yeah. For King Turd Award.
1976 King
Now,
Kong.
this is the first reboot-esque
Oh,
thing.
God.
King Kong has been remade multiple times.
Why do I feel like I just want to cry already?
Cross your fingers. I'm not going to look.
No way me, no
Not
way
looking.
me, no way me, no way me.
Big Buster
Damn it!
Rammies.
Ooka ooka.
I haven't looked yet.
He looks like a fat Super Saiyan.
Nope, I haven't looked yet. I'm too nervous.
Ozaru.
Oh, my God. The
He's
one
a
boss.
fat Saiyan.
No, the one boss from Final Fantasy VI. You know who I'm talking about. The fucking goblin-looking motherfucker.
You mean Ogo or
You know who I'm talking about.
yeah, Purunga or something like
Yeah.
that, or Puru or fucking I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Can we get a different picture?
The
please?
one that you have to fight in the destroyed world of ruin
You
with
guys
the
talking about
fucking
Foon
tower.
Baba?
Foon Baba,
Yeah,
that
there you
guy.
go, that
He's a
motherfucker.
hairy Foon Baba.
Next.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what they
Dollar
did.
store costume. Look at that.
Hold on. Here's what they did. They took the Wolf Man
So,
and made him fat.
so Shane, you've only got enough money for one costume, Shane. And Halloween is a coming.
Hold on.
Do you go as that,
No, Bill, we now
or
have to
do
ask...
you go as Paintball Ranger?
Paintball
Well,
Ranger.
Bill, we've officially created a new segment here. Shane, it's Halloween evening.
Well, let me tell you something. While that does look like the cheapest costume, his face isn't melting.
This is true.
So somehow the cheap costume looks better than what we just saw. Now,
Well, I just told you it's
Now-
a fat Wolfman
Now-
outfit.
Yeah.
I don't hate Lon Chaney Kong, but
Yes. Well, actually, this is not Lon Chaney Kong. This is like Bob Chaney Kong.
Junior.
Bob Chaney Kong the third.
Yeah.
It is their cousin.
Yeah.
Next.
okay,
good.
okay. It looks better.
See, it's not bad.
It's not
Yeah.
awful.
Lighting.
in the dark.
It's important.
Yeah.
Lighting is very important.
When it's in the dark with like torchlight, it looks good.
Yeah.
A lot of things look good in the dark. 'Cause I can't see it.
Sometimes you need it.
Exactly.
Next.
Okay, now,
Yes.
See what the fuck?
No.
That is way better than fucking
Okay, no,
Bob
that-
Chaney
now that-
the third.
that looks better. See, every picture has
We're
increased it.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Next.
It's gonna take a while, but we're gonna get there.
See, and that looks even better.
Yeah, now it looks like a real monkey.
See, look.
Let us point out, once again, as I've tried to tell people for years, Japan is not a joke. It's about 15 fucking years behind us in cinema.
But here's the thing.
This is not Tokusatsu
No.
Godzilla.
Yeah, this is not.
Yeah.
This is not Japan.
Listen.
This is American.
Yep.
See, every picture we've seen
Is progressively
has
getting
progressively
better.
gotten better. So like,
Yeah, from
so
just this.
So
one,
we look at Mighty Joe Young here, and we can see that it looks better. And so I like it.
Next.
Now I don't.
What the shit?
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
He
I'm
made
alright.
goofy faces in the 30s.
My thing is, why does his fingers look so wet?
Oh, they're by a waterfall.
'Cause they're by a
Oh,
waterfall.
okay.
Because she's wet.
Yeah, she is.
And I think,
I was like, what
Hey.
the shit?
but I think
Actually,
this is also something with the photo because Kong looks like he's been
Photoshopped.
photoshopped, and so does she. So I think somebody made this with like a different background.
Because it does look photoshopped.
Yeah.
Oh.
Put the goddamn crown
He
on.
is not happy.
Yeah,
That
there's
crown
a
is
reason
terrible.
that crown was put on him for a reason.
Because he's called King Kong?
He wasn't King Kong.
He was just Kong.
Well, okay, I want to say on the island he's like Dora Khan, Dora Kong or some shit like that.
And when they brought him over here, they called him King.
And it's all marketing shit. He's the king.
Of the gorillas, because he's
Yeah,
how big
and
he
then
is.
they put the crown on him. This is all. The original story basically goes like this: this film producer, he wants to make a movie. He goes to this island. They discover the big monster. He tries to shoot his movie. It doesn't quite go over too well, but then he gets the idea. He'll capture the fucking monkey. Captures the monkey, brings it back to America, and then takes it to Vegas because why? Because I'm going to make that money. He turns him into a sideshow attraction. He breaks out and fucks up the city. And it's pretty much the way the story goes every time.
Now, has it
not,
always...
not in Vegas, though, because he breaks out in New York. So
Okay.
yeah.
Does he, now
He
does,
breaks out in Vegas, travels
does
across the
every-
country, and
You
fucks
see
up
this-
New
No,
York.
I think he is taken to New York and displayed.
Now,
Yeah.
is every movie of that King Kong has ever been in, is it always Skull Island that he's on?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you seen this movie?
Yes.
Is it good?
I remember it being decent.
Okay.
I can't say it's nothing I've ever went out of my way to buy.
Okay.
Next.
I don't completely hate it, and that's saying something.
Yeah, compared to the last two, Jesus.
Saying something.
Well, I like to give.
Hey, upside is, this one doesn't make the list.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
making the
it's true.
list, so you survived, buddy.
Next. Uh-oh, he's about
He's
to suplex.
picking up a fucking train.
He's going to
See,
suplex
he
the
looks
train.
even cooler now. But he kind of looks more human in the face. It's
It looks
they-
like a gorilla to me.
it's-
It looks like the precursor to Rampage.
I was just about to fucking say that.
my God, this thing just got even better.
Next.
Thanks, Seth.
Yep.
And it just died a little bit.
Actually, I think the more modern release of this, a lot of this has been edited because of the Twin Towers. Because of the September 11th.
You think that they actually edited the movie to take the towers out? Because that would be fucking straight up blasphemy.
I heard a lot of it was, a lot of movies was edited because of the Twin Towers. In
Because
them.
of the sensitivity and
Yeah.
shit.
Fuck their sensitivity. If that's true, fuck them. That's oh my god.
No, I understand, but there are movies like if you watch
like Home Alone 2.
I get the idea. A tragedy happened.
Yes.
Turning your back on it is the worst fucking thing you could ever do.
Yeah.
The whole idea of history is to learn from history so that it does not repeat. To bury the fucking situation is to invite the situation to happen again.
well, I don't know.
Yep.
To be fair, when they did build another tower,
Actually, they
As a-
built
as
think
a big
another
middle-
two towers. One was bigger though, so
well,
That's how the World Trade Center towers were. One was taller than the other.
Yeah.
that's because one of them had like antennas and shit.
All I'm saying is that do not go back to the movies of the past where the towers still stood and alter them so the towers are not there. That is fucking straight up wrong.
Right.
I was not aware of that practice. I knew it happened in Spider-Man, but I just assumed the idea for that.
The only thing, the only thing they edited was the fucking reflection off of his eyes.
Yes, and they took out that weird scene where he caught that helicopter in between the towers.
Okay, yes.
But thank God they did that, because that was really fucking cheesy.
And they also
That
modified
entire
chunks
series
of Metal
was
Gear
entirely
Solid
cheesy.
2 because of
it
that
would have
too.
really looked really bad.
I
had
get
they,
where you're getting at, but yeah, they did that, but they didn't they didn't edit the towers completely.
Look, if you
want to
edit them out for movies that were being filmed at that time and so on and so forth, yes, I get that.
because it was fresh.
It is absolutely inappropriate to remove them, because this is supposed to take place
In New York.
in New York
in the 60s.
in this time.
Because to be fair, if you do it that
And they're
way,
there.
I understand that it didn't fall down, it didn't collapse, but it still got struck. Then you would, if people are sensitive, then you have to edit out the Pentagon every fucking time a movie comes out. And I know that still stands. Only one
fucking war movie shows up. My God, we got to get to the Pentagon. Don't just go to like Air Force Base there.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Sensitivity, people, especially the people that dealt with that shit. I get it. But like you said,
if we're going to do that, we need to take the White House out too, because that motherfucker was burned down in the War of 1812.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm sensitive about it.
Yep, sensitive, can't do it.
were you there when it happened?
Every single copy of Schindler's List. They
Shane,
bring
we've
it out
been
and
over
fucking
this.
burn
That's
it.
the thing, though. Like I get it. Maybe edit it out like around when it happened because it was still very fresh. It was still
Right.
Yes.
painful.
Right.
It's been 18 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying we
never
ignore.
forget what happened.
Right. I'm
Right.
not saying ever ignore the situation, but if they're really going into old movies and removing if that's really happening, that's not okay.
And Home Alone 2 was 92, 93-ish?
Thereabouts.
Yeah.
And they took the World Trade Center out of that, even though it was just maybe like a minute.
Did they really?
Yeah,
So the new Blu-ray releases don't have a passing scene of them?
probably. I mean, I remember when I had the DVD version and tried watching it, it's like, where are they? Because Kevin was on the top of one of them overlooking New York in one of the scenes.
And that scene's no longer in those movies?
Nope.
I was unaware of this situation.
That's a little fucking stupid.
I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
Okay, I don't know where he's standing on. He's very high.
He's on a building somewhere.
Because there's the bridge.
We'll assume the Chrysler Building again.
It's probably true. I climbed the
Right.
Chrysler Building in Spider-Man, so I know New York now.
See,
I swung around New York. I know it now.
See, I would have done that, but instead I was busy throwing some stuff in this magical forge thing and hitting it with this weird hammer.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
And saying bib, 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 bib.
No, I was going mum 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 because I was working evil
It's
magic.
not
okay.
evil magic.
Next.
No, it's not. Holy shit! He got shot the
evilest
fuck
of
up.
Magic.
But I know he did get shot up in the original.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
but they
falls
didn't.
off the tower.
But
They couldn't really show it as well. This it's like he looks like he tangled with the paintball ranger, Bill.
Back in the 60s, they were real hardcore about like super red ketchup blood.
Yeah.
Or if they needed to do a lot of gore, they used Jello.
Next.
Jello. Oh, that's a dead Kong or dying Kong.
Yeah,
And
probably
I actually
dying.
don't think
Guy
that
over there in the
stops.
corner.
I think even in the 80s, you could see some of the slasher films where the blood is just way too red.
Yeah.
Super food coloring.
Look at the guy with the camera over there. Look how happy he is. Like, oh, dead monkey, fucking dick.
He's like, I'm going to be on the front page for this picture, as long as J. Jonah Jameson isn't a total douchebag.
Or maybe he should show up.
I don't need that
Game.
monkey. I need more pictures of Spider-Man.
Next. Okay.
Okay, this is false advertisement. He didn't carry no train thing up on top of a building. That was
He
bullshit.
do what he want to do.
Yeah, but Shane,
do what
he
he wanna
also
do.
didn't look like fat Funbaba.
So,
So I'm
three.
okay with that false advertising. I'm gonna
Three.
give him a 3.7 because I think he was kind of better than OG. Because it drastically changed and got better, and then got a little worse, and then got better again.
When you really examine the costume, it looks bad. It has to be lit and filmed from very specific angles for it to be impressive, and that is a negative in its own right. I think it only becomes about an average movie monster thing. Maybe a little above, maybe like 3.2.
You're right. Like in this, it doesn't look as good because of the lighting.
Yep.
But when it's the shadows, it really does look good.
Yep.
I mean, like you said, lighting is very important in movies because while one scene looks awful with light, it could look better with less light.
Right. 3.18 for this man.
Good job. You are average.
Monkey.
Slightly
Hey.
above average.
Moving on.
Moving on to
86.
86 King Kong Lives.
10 years later.
Oh, shit. It's a zombie movie.
Close.
If only.
Zombie Kong.
Close.
He wants the brains of bananas. Oh
that
my
kind of-
god, that does look like Zombie Kong.
You thought the battle was over, but it's just beginning.
My
Okay.
god.
What's,
Next.
How the dude's name?
Yeah, moving on.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it was called King Kong 2 in other places.
You know,
Still not caring.
Japanese have a lot of good art style for, like, cover art. Not
That's
so
why I
much
don't
when
care yet.
making the movie.
Because
It's just cover art.
yeah, that's cool manga cover. I don't give a shit. I want to see what he looks like.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay, well, that's not a great...
Actually,
not
that's
awful yet.
pretty impressive.
He's on life support.
And this
Well,
is
you
zombie
would be
revival.
too if you got shot the fuck up and fell off the Chrysler building.
Well,
There'd be no life support. There'd
If
be no
this is-
life.
Is this movie American or Japanese? If it's Japanese, then this is continuing from the monkey that just fought the robot.
But if
Yeah.
it's American, it's the one,
I think it's like a sequel to the one that we just saw.
the 70s.
So,
So it's an American movie?
yeah.
We'll find out here.
Yeah,
Is there any people? Can I see people?
Next.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, this screams 80s garbage.
Yeah.
This is really already starting to feel like a B-level slasher monster 80s movie.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
Did he get smaller?
Honestly, it looks like
He's
Chewie
hunched
put on a
over.
couple
He's just
pounds.
hunched over.
Okay.
Right? Anybody else? Chewie put on a couple pounds
Kind of.
And dyed his fur.
and dyed his fur black because he's going through his emo stage.
Next.
Damn!
That's one
Face-
pissed monkey.
Face kind of looks derpy in the rage mode.
Trying to
Really
see
feeling the 80s on
Trying to
this.
see if I
I
can't
don't
see
know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
if it looks awful. To be fair, I mean, I don't
It's
actu-
also the 80s.
Well, no, see, that's just it. 80s had this habit of taking something that looked decent, looked good,
And then fucking with it.
and then they would just put it into these outlandish stories and,
And make 'em
whatnot. Where it
edgy?
just, yeah, I guess,
Kinda.
but not like 90s where they wanted to be dark and edgy for the sake
of being dark. And
80s
No,
was
this was
trying-
like punk edgy.
80s was always
Yeah.
trying to be bigger, bigger, bigger.
right.
Next.
Peekaboo.
Here's Kong.
I was just about to say, did he use a big ass axe to bust through that? Because that would have been great.
I'm still because that's clearly a fucking costume. I'm looking to see if I can't see the guy's eyes and the mouth, like we saw in the
All
Turtles.
fighting and no
Did you ruin- did you
bananas
ruin
makes
that for me?
Kong a
Thanks
bad
for ruining that
boy.
immersion.
Next.
Now every time I see that movie, I look for the fucking dude.
Oh, Kong has Lady Kong. Get that shit out of here.
Oh, trust me. It gets worse.
I swear to God, if
Next.
there's weird 80s monkey boning, I'm going to be pissed.
No, there's just a kid Kong.
God damn it.
So there was weird 80s monkey boning. We just didn't see it.
It's not on screen.
What the fuck is happening?
I am not impressed.
As the movie goes on, he gets worse and worse.
Next.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm having more fun
All right,
digging into
Hold
Jeremy's
on,
couch
bomb.
at the moment.
Hold on a second.
Epic.
Trying to
photobomb.
think of the fucking actor's name.
I told you, I'm having more fun digging in Jeremy's
Shit.
couch at the moment.
I'm trying to think. It's God damn it.
Well, while you think of that,
Next.
Who played Two-Face in Batman Returns?
Oh. That's it.
Tommy Lee Jones?
No. Nobody played Two-Face in Batman Returns.
Or not Batman Returns.
Yeah,
Fucking
true.
whatever the hell. Agent K from Men in Black.
Yeah.
Seth knew who I was talking
that was
about.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Yes.
His squinty face kind of reminds me of Tommy Lee Jones.
Anyway.
It's
Yep.
kind of funny.
That's it for King Kong Lives.
He
/
gets
King
a
Kong
2.
2.
He is definitely nowhere near as good as the others. He's still not ass,
It's because
but
of
he's
the
not
80s.
good.
And I don't know if it's all the things that surround him,
Right.
or like that the atmosphere of where he is just seems wrong, or what. But I don't know.
He's still not shiniest turd award Kong.
3.
I'm into 2.5. No, not a 22. Good lord.
You're going.
Jesus,
motherfucker
Seth
just got
fucking
Christmas.
rigging the score, making
Yep.
sure the 80s is on top.
I think it's a 2. I think you have to be a fan of this material.
So 2.1. Because you gave me a 1, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah.
All right, next up is the Mighty Kong.
Go, go, mighty Kong.
1998.
Da, da,
same
da,
year
da,
as
da.
Zilla.
It's true, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck?
It's a musical cartoon.
Yep.
Ugh.
Can we bring back the 60s cartoon? I am so sorry.
But Shane, it was done by WB, which
That-
means Batman could show up and go, because I'm Batman.
Next.
Oh wait, no.
Wow,
can't
actually, that
Wait a
that is
minute.
way better.
Why did you have brown fur in the whatever?
Cover art.
Because
Because stupid,
the
shitty
covers
cover
are-
art.
Yeah. The covers are never the same.
That is actually not bad.
Next.
That is bad.
Now he has brown fur again. Maybe the lighting? No, it's just shitty.
Next.
That could be the lighting. Of course,
It's,
at the same
what
time.
the?
It could just be a matter of when it comes down to it, most animation has to be sent overseas to get done, and they just fill in the color however they fill in the color. Like how in Ren and Stimpy, every now and again they go to blink and the eyelids will be completely fucking black.
Next.
See, this is not nearly as bad as the
He
60s
has
cartoon.
this, the way he's standing, he has this perfectly set up for an RKO out of nowhere. But it will be an RKO out of somewhere.
Gonna go ahead and Nancy Grace my own mic.
Next. Oh, he deals with a snake here.
That has to be a fucking enormous snake.
A python. So,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
They got the one from Anaconda on loan. Wasn't doing nothing.
Next.
Huh. Yeah, I'm just really not impressed.
Butterfinger. Better than police car.
Kong,
very true
eat a
statement.
Snickers. Why? Because you're not yourself when you're hungry.
Better?
Next.
Oh, God, you're into her? Probably
Shane,
better.
you mean to tell me that lady right there is not in your top 10 animated women?
You mean some bitch?
Somewhere.
Damn, son.
Next.
Hate?
The salt is real.
Where the fuck is the other half of the damn picture?
Apparently they were fading to black, because, yeah.
Or he's going through
Air 404 picture almost found.
No, it's because this was definitely done in that old format. It's not a widescreen production.
Yeah.
Next. Okay.
That looks nothing. You couldn't even attempt to get close.
I will give it a 1.7.
I really wanna know what
This
Bill
was
gives it.
Bad.
1.2.
Come on, Bill. Ooka, ooka.
Don't do that. Bill might give it a good score.
Oh man, this is fucking bad.
Hey,
This is really
hey,
fucking bad.
hey, my score never changes.
He's giving another one.
Another one.
Hey, Shane, at least this is not as bad as that one episode that we did a long while back where I just increasingly got more and more pissed off as we went.
What year was this again?
98.
Yeah.
So this is the
Oh,
same. This is
Yeah,
WB
98.
Studios.
Yep.
Warner
WB
Brothers, yeah.
Animation
Yeah.
Studios. The same guys that gave us Gargoyles.
Yep.
Yep.
This is a fucking zero.
Wait, Gargoyles was
This is a
Disney.
fucking zero. Yeah, but I thought it was done by WB Studios.
This was the time era of Batman the Animated Series,
Yeah.
Yes.
which makes Bill give it a
1.2
zero
overall.
still.
1.2 for the mighty Kong.
Yeah, sounds more like he's the pathetic
Okay.
Kong.
2000 to 2001 Kong the animated
Oh
series.
God! Why? Stop with the animated series. You're not good at them. No. All right, that's not super terrible yet.
Kong.
I state yet. That's a cover art.
Next.
He looks like an angry monkey.
Bill. I just looked it up. Gargoyles was made by was produced by Walt Disney Television
Yeah, and Buena Vista.
But
and Buena
Bill
Vista
actually
Television.
thought it was WB.
Well, because that had awesome.
Shane, look
anima-
at the fucking screen.
I already did. That's why I'm looking away from it.
Okay.
I haven't looked up yet.
Don't look up.
Next.
You're not doing.
Seth doesn't even need to. We'll just tell him it's bad.
Next.
Look up. It's roided up Kong. Oh no.
Oh, for fuck.
God.
Starfire.
Sure. Why not?
Why? She looks better than the new one.
I was gonna say Laura Croft pre-boob job, but
Laura Croft's not a redhead.
it's true.
Yeah.
And she could be dyeing her hair for some fucking frat party. Who knows?
Next.
With the monkey.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This Kong is quite jacked.
Seth, do you remember the good old days where I was the drunkadin or the hungover den?
You want to go back to those days?
This thing is starting to make me want to go back
There's
to those
there's
days.
a beer in the fridge.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure my stomach and liver will not allow me to do that anymore.
But there's a beer in the fridge.
Next.
One beer is not
Okay.
gonna fix this.
That's it for this Kong.
This is
It'll
like
help.
a 12-pack kind of job.
No, it'll help because the nasty piss taste in your mouth will make you forget about this for like 2 minutes.
Why does Jeremy have PBR in the fridge?
It's either that or I think it's Bush Light. I can't remember.
So,
so-
what's the score on
This
this?
is one
Kong.
because this sucked.
Fucking one.
1.
There's not a fucking rating I can give this.
Just give it a 1 so we can move the fuck on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Damn.
Hold on, this thing gets
Bill
a
is
6.
getting so mad.
I mean 0.6. I forgot to hit the decimal place.
I'm ready
Fuck.
for this
Okay.
episode to be over.
A
This
.92.
animated
Moving
shit.
on.
Okay.
Animation was an absolute shitstorm for the monkey.
Peter
okay.
Jackson's King Kong. From
Now we get to go
2005.
to PJ Kong.
Oh, this is that super long movie that it took me 3 times to get through.
I think I've only seen
I
this
still to
version
this day-
once.
I have never seen this version.
Ooka.
Oh, I've seen it. I finally made it all the way through it, but it took like 3 tries because I kept falling asleep.
Yeah, I saw this version once, years later, in bits and pieces.
You didn't see the extended version?
Fuck no. The extended version was the goddamn game I got for the GameCube that my stepmom got for absolutely free from the video store because they couldn't sell the fucking copy at the goddamn game store next by the Game Crazy.
And it
They were
became
like-
his favorite game.
Yeah, Best Buy gave me.
It was
Dragon
fun
Ball
because I had the
Evolution
action
for nothing.
replay, so I could run around and interact with the little fucking dinosaurs that were chasing me.
Yeah, I know what it's like to
Next.
get crap for free.
Monkey.
It's all
Ed-
CGI.
Except for the woman.
Look, you're in the age of CGI at this point.
Yep. Unless you're talking about Kong's face, where it's
Yeah.
you go ahead and you do your sit-ups, get ripped, get jacked, when I stab you with a knife.
They're trying to make him look more like a gorilla
Right. That's what he's supposed to be.
because it's what he's supposed to be.
The rest of him looks more like a gorilla. His face makes me wonder if I should stay out of his goddamn pool.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna.
Get off my
I mean he's
lawn.
about to fuck up this T-Rex.
I work out at the home.
Next.
Ah, sweet, sweet nectar.
See, he's
That
fucked
fight
up.
was sweet, by the way.
Yeah,
he
it
fucked.
was.
He fucked up that
Hey.
T-Rex.
Hey Seth, sweet, sweet nectar.
But
it's
it's
like
not
my
fair.
T-Rex is tearing ass around the backyard,
Evolution
but it's
decided to
laying
take a big,
still.
fucking steamy, smelly shit all over the T-Rex. Look at me. Look at these. You don't have these.
Next.
They had
Why couldn't we be recording there to have Shane with the fucking flailing T-Rex arms?
Uka
Oh,
Uka.
that was funny.
Monkey.
No, they went back to what, like
Versus
a 25
robot.
tall, 25 foot tall monkey? Because he's not. Obviously, he's not as big as a building. Because there's buildings right there.
He's 2 stories tall again
He can't go inside the buildings because he's too big.
because he's 2 stories tall.
Unless he stands up and then he's maybe 3.5. But
No, I'm factoring if he stands up, he's probably about 2 stories tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this is at like an upwards angle.
right.
And if he stood up, he would probably have his head touching that fucking balcony looking thing on that second floor.
Next.
Uka.
Check it out, I'm chilling up here with this crazy bitch and the sun's coming up.
They pick an attractive actress to do that.
Now kill him. Do it. Do it.
Uka.
Glue it. Screw it.
Uka.
He doesn't uka. He roars.
Blew it.
Oh.
Chew it.
What
Next.
the fuck was... Oh my God. I'm intimidated by a giant 25-foot monkey that goes... Rawr.
Rawr.
Get the fuck out of here.
Uka.
Next.
But this Kong did get his shit kicked in a lot. I mean, all the scars and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's going to, Shifu.
But Mom, I don't want to go to my room.
Let's fall off the building
And then,
so
and
we
then
can
this
move
guy
on.
in overalls and a red hat shows up.
Oh, Bill,
Hey,
you've seen
what
the
are you
movie.
doing with my
does
girlfriend,
fall.
Pauline?
Good.
Next. Okay.
Like I said, we're in the age of CGI now.
3.4.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Let's go 3.5.
I'll
It's
do
it's fine. Look, it's all CGI. It's not there anymore. It's not real. As far as I'm concerned,
5.
it's not fucking creative. You say 5?
5.
God damn.
I liked the way this Kong looked.
I just don't like CGI. It's fake. It's not real. It's not there. It doesn't survive the test of time. And like 2 years after watching anything CGI, when I go back, it may have tricked me in the theaters and said, holy fuck. But CGI never, ever, 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 ever stands the test of time. In any movie you can possibly name.
That's true.
Real explosions are more impressive than CGI explosions. Real puppetry aliens are always more impressive. Alien. Case fucking closed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, yeah, because that came out in the
3
70s.
Yeah.
It's real.
So that xenomorph looked good.
Yep.
That looked real good.
And it's real.
3.58.
Everything you saw in that movie holds
But-
up today
but
because it's
Bill-
actually there.
But Bill, Henry Cavill's mustache will always look amazing.
That's probably why.
Always.
Here's my Nancy Grace power.
Wait, what number, Seth?
2000,
I
Mike
almost
four.
said it
Mike
with a
four.
straight face.
2006 Kong Return to the Jungle.
Is this another animation one?
Actually, from what I can figure out, this is a sequel to the animated.
Hey, guess what? I already know what I'm giving this thing.
Yeah.
You want to know what it is? It's 0.
Next,
It's only. It's our.
Hey, Shade, you remember that thing?
it's a CGI sequel to
Hey,
the
Shane.
animated
What the
series.
fuck is
Shade,
that?
you remember that episode
Zero.
that we discussed briefly a little bit ago?
Next,
Where as things progressively went on, I kept getting
Oh,
more and more
God.
pissed off. Every goddamn time we see an animated thing, fuck this! It's a 0!
next,
Hey,
Okay.
look, all 3 photos are done. Who else is adding to the 0 train?
0.
Bill.
Trains pulling into Nopesville.
Dude, this is awful.
Last train to Nopesville.
What is it with the animated projects with the monkey? Like, they just don't fucking work.
It's not good.
Because
Not
who wants to draw a monkey when you could draw anything else?
Okay. Oh God, I have got to be a dick.
You know what's
One.
really sad?
Still on the list.
You know what's really sad? We have seen shit from like the 50s and the 60s that look better than this, and they're apes. Specifically one. Oh, I'm sorry. Grape ape. Looks better than these!
Wait, babe.
So Bill, we got 0.
Oh, yeah, it's a
0.
fucking 0.
Oh wow, I was nice. I gave it a 0.1.
Which means it's a .02.
It
Congratulations.
barely
The
did
king
not
of
make the
shit
list
mountain.
for shame.
It astonishes me how bad these animated projects are.
2016 to
Oh,
2018.
oh
King Kong,
please
Kong,
be
King
an
of Apes,
animated
yeah.
one.
Kong King of Apes. Oh my God, there's 15 pictures.
Actually,
Be
the sad
animated.
thing is it is animated,
Ah!
but not as bad.
No, see, this is actually better than the animated shit. Yes, it's
and it's a
animated,
Netflix animation.
but the thing is, this actually just this one picture reminds me of a Pixar movie.
Shane, it's not bad.
Shane, Pixar Kong.
I'm not even going to get into this argument.
Next,
See, cute
he
baby
begins
Kong.
as a baby.
He looks like Winston.
Yeah,
Next,
but you like Winston.
I do.
he's got an egg.
I'm sorry. You guys might get mad at me for this, but that's not intimidating at all.
Next.
King of Kong.
By the power of Nancy Grace!
He has the muting.
Next. Ooh. Oh.
It's like scared Kong.
yeah.
That's not
Next.
how King Kong's supposed to be.
What the?
What the shit?
Shane, hold this. I'm going to go take a piss.
Oh, no. You're going to sit right the fuck there. Because did you justify this? Were you one of the people that justified it?
Fuck no.
Okay, good.
I already put a 0.
Go enjoy a piss. Go enjoy a piss
Next.
on this.
Oh.
You know,
I can't piss on that. It's on the internet. The internet is intangible.
Oh no.
I really hate how cover art just ropes me in sometimes. I'm like, this might not suck. And then immediately it's like, nope, I was wrong.
The second it had any kind of attachment to anything that looked like Pixar, it was garbage.
Next.
The Pixar style of animation does not belong anywhere near doesn't belong near
God
anything
Kong,
like doesn't belong near anything like
Kingzilla.
Godzilla. It's not a fucking Toho thing.
Yeah. Kong, you're doing a Kool-Aid band.
Leave the Toho stuff with Toho.
Yes, tokusatsu-esque kaiju giant monsters. Simply, look, if you're going to do it for something like that Brainiac movie or something where it's goofy and it fits the art style and that's where it belongs and that's where it was created to be, that's fine. Like Despicable Me 3 where they have the giant fucking funny robot guy. That's built for that movie to work in that movie.
Next.
That's That's the face I made when I saw you.
Next.
Oh.
All right, Homer Simpson Kong. I'm just gonna call it now. It gets a 0.
Next. Ooh.
I already gave my score.
Next.
Oh, okay.
Did it
which
make the
actually
list?
I'm going to modify
Oh.
that.
He's fighting a T-Rex.
Yeah, from Toy Story.
I already
Next.
know what
Holy shit! That was accurate.
So we're just waiting on Scott for the score.
Oh my god, this is bad.
Next.
Why does he have a jetpack?
Why did they get the guy from Big Hero 6 on loan?
He looks like the guy from fucking Sing.
Oh, yeah.
That she should not fucking look like
Yeah.
that ever.
Yeah.
This is not good.
Next.
Well, good job, Netflix. I was under the impression that most every single show I've ever seen you do has been fucking a thumbs up, great fucking thing, just a fucking flat out good, decent company. Now I know I was wrong.
So while we're talking,
Next.
well,
Okay.
a Netflix original series.
So what you got, Scott? Because I modified mine. I had to bump it up
2.
to
2.
Oh, 2? Okay. Yeah, I had to bump mine up to a 0.1 because while I was pissing, I realized that was Gorilla Grodd on the screen. So that had
It
to,
still
had to go up
doesn't
to a
save it.
0.1.
Oh.
No, but Scott's Christmas saved it because now it's at a 0.42. So it's not the King of Shit Mountain, but it's pretty close.
You're right.
Well, it's okay. It still made Shane's list. So
Kong
This is the first time
Skull
we're ever going to
Island.
do a Kong thing, right?
Yes.
-5.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Now I got to go to fuck back.
I'm using my nuke.
Okay.
damn. Wait, I haven't used mine yet, have I?
You get
No.
1 nuke per property, which means if you use it on Kong, you can never use it on anything else if we ever talk about Kong again. But you know what? I have a hard time believing it can get worse than that.
0 plus 2.
Are we
sure
are
it
we
could.
allowed to are we allowed to amend scores?
It's a pain in the ass to backtrack, though.
Oh, this would be easy to find.
Negative 0.58.
Oops.
Actually, no, because I'd be too hard up on trying to figure out which of those 2 Zords I hate the most.
Okay, 2017
Yeah, but we're not
Kong
done with that one yet.
Skull
Now, this is
Island.
the
There
newest
might be
movie.
worse ones coming. You never know.
I know it. I remember.
Giant
what it looks like.
poopy pyramid or upside down wing Zord. I'm
Oh, there's
pretty
always
sure.
worse Zords. You need to
Yeah.
go back and watch our
See,
episodes.
now this is the
Nah.
current Kong.
I'm good.
You haven't seen fucking
seen
weird-legged ball and cup man.
Yeah.
So there's Big Ass Monkey because this is
Balling cup man.
Yeah.
You heard me.
Ball and
Watch
cup
the old
Zord,
episodes.
Did they like take
Oh,
the
it's
sidekick
amazing.
from one of the common
It's
writers
amazing.
and blow
It
him
won.
up?
It won our worst Zord ever
it
award.
literally
Yeah.
has a ball and cup.
Next.
It literally is a pure 0 from everyone.
Now, man,
So
watching.
I'm noticing something so far.
Just
I'm getting a
just
good
outlines.
silhouette of
Well, that's
King
because
Kong.
they wanted him to be very mystery until the movie released.
Yeah.
You didn't really see much of him, and then even when the movie started, this entire scene. When the helicopters are flying, helicopters are starting to fucking crash. Something is tearing them apart, and everybody's like fucking like, "What's going on? What's all this?" Nobody really don't see Kong yet. You just see that he's destroying shit. You hear it. You see helicopters being thrown and stuff, and the other people are like, "I don't know."
Yeah, and it's showing you from the cockpits people reacting,
Yep,
but you
and-
don't see the monster.
Not quite. They do show it to you finally.
Yep.
When the helicopter and it's like, and Kong stands up, and they're like, "Oh my god, what is that?"
Yep.
This movie's actually pretty fucking.
Yeah,
good.
they were pretty good about their suspense,
Yes.
not revealing him for quite a while.
Yes.
Even after you knew he was there, you didn't really see him.
Yeah, we knew it was Kong was going to show up, and we knew what was destroying it. I just didn't know what he looked like
Next.
until there.
Oh my god.
Now he's fucking.
I will straight
Was that
up.
the actual size comparison right there on that poster?
He is. This is the largest version of Kong. Yes.
Yes, he is outrageous.
He has to be because he's going to be fighting Godzilla.
Yep.
Because I thought in this movie he wasn't as
He
big.
wasn't. He's not fully grown yet.
So this poster is misleading.
We don't know. I don't actually know how big he's going to get, but they did make sure to put in.
I would say this poster is misleading.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't think he was that big.
Okay,
but he is big enough to easily grab those helicopters.
Okay, listen, he wasn't. Okay, he wasn't so
His
big. that the
eyeball
helicopter-
wasn't the size of a helicopter.
Yes,
Yeah.
but it did have Loki in it, and that's always good.
Didn't it also have Jack Black in it?
No,
No, that was the other one.
yeah.
That was in 2005.
That's
Oh,
the
okay.
Peter Jackson one.
And there's Kong.
Yeah,
This-
that's
this
how
one
big he
had
is.
John
That's an
C.
idea
Reilly.
for you.
That is
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
he's not fully grown, by the way.
Yeah, he's growing up.
He's still growing.
Next.
That is one very pissed off monkey.
This one is mean.
Well, you said he's growing up, so that means he's probably in his angsty teenage years.
Actually,
Maybe.
I think there was a couple
Or-
scenes where he was very angsty.
Or he could just be in his terrible twos.
Okay, true. He is.
Next.
I liked this movie. These pictures are not doing it justice, though.
I don't know. I mean, that's pretty good work right there when you think CGI and the way
Right.
it's matting his fur and
I
he
was about to
looks
say,
wet.
is that the wet monkey?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. This island, this version of Skull Island is fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Next.
Because he fight that thing.
Yeah, see, that looks really good.
What the fuck is that thing?
One of the first bosses from Symphony of the Night.
Oh, fuck, it is.
oh, shit!
It's
shit!
It's the boss in Symphony of the
Yeah,
Night
it's
that holds
the-
that spear thing.
Yeah,
Wow.
that the fucking weird gargoyle guy fucking grabs and flies
Yep.
away
Yep,
with.
yep. I'm going to agree with you guys and what are you talking about. Yeah. From Symphony of the Night. Yep.
Next.
Oh, shit! Biatch!
He's ferocious.
Did he hit it with a tree, or is that his teeth flying out?
Maybe both.
A little column A, a little column B.
Well, he used all sorts of interesting things to beat these guys. I thought the movie
I'm
was good.
gonna have to go watch this here movie.
I own it. I've made it through half. Then I had to leave, and I've yet to watch the rest.
Okay, it is good.
It was not like I fell asleep or I
No.
was lost interest. I had to leave.
Next.
So I didn't get to finish it.
Like when he gets fully grown. I feel like this.
That
Kong
dude's
thing-
got
Look at
a
him
big
back there.
fucking gun.
The way he looks back there, the way he's turning, his arm is huge. Like that is pretty sweet. looking.
Actually, with the way that looks, I think that guy's running around with a Beretta,
Next.
50 caliber sniper rifle.
Oh, I know where this is going.
this is
Damn
right,
you,
this is
Japan!
this right here is right out of King Kong versus Godzilla. Because
Release the
that's
Kraken.
how he fought. He fought a big giant kraken octopus thing in that movie.
This thing
Stupid,
is this,
creepy
dude,
tentacle hentai
everything on
monsters.
this island is terrifying.
Well, it's kind of like that with all of them. There's always like dinosaurs
Yep,
and crazy
yep.
shit. And
But
like
this
in the
one-
Peter Jackson movie, they end up fighting a bunch of worms that are giant and fucking freaky
They fought
and
Tremors
shit.
or the Graboids?
They're worms. They're fucking disgusting
Yeah.
and scary.
That's why I said Graboids.
You ever seen the
No,
movie Tremors?
Tremors is not even close. These are disgusting, gooey,
And much
fucking
larger.
freaky mouth anus worms. Like they're fucking scary looking.
Next.
So there were Sarlacc.
Oh my god,
Oh.
that's some tentacle shit going on.
All right.
He was eating it.
I was about to say, I'm sorry, was I the only one who ever watched the original Old Boy? You just grab the squid and you eat it whole, motherfucker.
Unfortunately, you probably are. I seen the remake.
I believe that.
Next.
I won't kiss. Bitch,
Kong
you
not
get the
want
fuck
kiss.
off me.
Kong no like kisses.
How about a little tongue? How about no?
Kong
no.
tied down.
I actually don't even know what these things are.
You know what else it looks like? In Beetlejuice, where the guy pulls his face
Oh,
out and then
dude!
pokes his eyes.
And I don't know what
This shit gets better and better.
I don't know what these things are supposed to be. I really don't. But they're freaky.
And they're
God damn it.
awesome.
And the more I keep looking at these things and the more that we keep making references, the more the only thing I can think of is Primal Rage.
Oh, shit.
I felt like this.
Yeah.
I felt like this was a promotion.
Right.
Primal Rage.
Next.
Ook.
Hey,
Now he just needs a piss move.
look at him. He's not even looking at her. He's looking at Loki. He's like,
Yeah.
I know what you are, God of Mischief.
He's like, hey.
Hey.
He's like, get away from my woman. I'm the jealous type.
And he's like, bitch, I'm Loki.
He's like, hey, can you do me a solid? There's this creepy ass dinosaur guy trying to make out with me. Could you fucking do something about that guy? I mean, you're a god, right?
How come Kong sounds like he's in one of the fucking Goodfellas movies or something?
Next.
Because
Does he do, like...
All right, wait. Go back to that one real quick.
What, the first one?
Now that I look at it, how deep's that water supposed to be?
They're all Jesus.
That's what I was about to think. I'm like,
Okay,
why
listen.
is there like
I saw
5
that.
fucking soldiers?
I saw that, and I thought they were walking on water.
There's
That's
a
just-
squad of soldiers just fucking Jesus-ing
That's
it up.
just super duper shallow water.
Yeah.
Or it's like the Dead Sea where you could actually walk across it because the salt content's so fucking
Oh,
high.
let's rate this Kong.
This Kong, I'm gonna give it a.
This is tough because I do like this Kong because
Yeah.
this is the Kong that's going to fight Godzilla, and he, like I said, he's not fully grown, and I lost my words, and somebody take over.
It's a 4.6. I really
I
like
gave
this
the
one.
original 4 because of its style, because of the time period, and because it wasn't CGI. You can't. This has to be CGI, unfortunately. I mean, I guess it doesn't. You guess I could put him in a big monkey suit, but then it would look ridiculous.
The only way you can... Okay, see, this is the thing with CGI. I think CGI should be used to enhance costume design.
Yeah.
Now, with movies like this, I expect CGI. I do. I just do
I
nowadays.
feel like if you try to enhance a costume, it doesn't work out very well because then you get Green Lantern.
No, you don't, because the new Star Wars movie, when you look at characters like the guy that takes the money and gives out the rations,
Yeah.
that dude is a real costume.
Is that Simon Pegg?
That's
Yeah.
Simon
Yes,
Pegg.
Simon
that
Pegg.
dude is a real costume. He's actually there.
Okay.
Then they use CGI on top of him to
Yeah.
graph out the sludginess of him
Yeah.
and the way he moves and the way the light reflects just perfectly.
Okay, then Green Lantern.
So
which is
he's
lazy.
really
Right.
there, which means he'll survive the test of time, and the CGI will just always make him that much better.
Yeah.
That's also how they handled all the stuff in the new Star Trek movies. Those characters and things are there, unless you're talking about the Enterprise. But inside of the Enterprise, when you're looking at engineering and whatnot, those are real stages.
Why did they just? Why couldn't,
And then they're modified with CGI inside of those real stages.
why couldn't they just build a real Enterprise?
They don't do model work anymore. It's just the way it is.
He's meaning
not
like
model.
Yeah.
build in
I
space
want an
Enterprise.
actual full scale.
I know you do.
Well, careful. With Trump, we might get that. Since
Hey,
he's
I'll
got
sign
that
up for Space Force.
Now him,
We're gonna go to space, and we're gonna get them damn Vulcans, and we're gonna make them build a wall and pay for it.
That's actually a really good
That's
Trump
really
impression.
good, actually. That was very impressive.
See, I can't do that
I
one.
really felt like if I wasn't turning my head towards him, Trump was in the room.
so look,
My God.
I do like this.
I do.
I'm not oblivious to the idea that in about 2 years I'll look back on it and I'll feel the same way. I used to, when I first saw the Peter Jackson King Kong, I bought it for one reason. I got a 1080p TV and a Blu-ray player. And I said, what's the first fucking thing I need? That movie. Because the CGI is fucking tremendous!
Because they kept showing it at
But
Best Buy
today-
and stuff, and I was like,
Today, when I look at it, my eyes are no longer tricked by it. It looks like a cartoon. And I know it's going to happen with this. My eyes don't survive for more than a year on CGI, and then I can already see through its cartooniness.
I'm going to give this a 4. Because I don't think it's better than the original, but I think it's just as good.
I'm at like a 4.2. I really like this.
I do.
And I think that what it's about to lead us into is really good. I think his design is solid. He's just man enough, just ape enough to be scary.
Yeah, Anyway, and this is not even his final form.
I was just about to say,
right.
not his final form.
Yeah, and he's already kind of terrifying.
Because Daddy Monkey this, Daddy Monkey that.
Oh my God, yes.
4.
4. Excellent, excellent. This guy is going to be right up there with the original.
I like the fact that they were able to keep the fur looking wet, the fact that they actually can show the moss growing in his fur, because that actually would happen out in the wild, especially because there's not really anybody around who can pick all the bugs and shit out of his fur.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only one of his
the
kind.
only one. But at the same time, I'm kind of with Bill. The CG does what it's supposed to for now. Like, we are eventually moving into the uncanny valley territory with CGI, and it's going to get to that point where, unless they do like they did with Star Wars, where they have a dude in the suit and then enhance the suit based off of, you know, like the way that the CGI can make it look better. Yeah, it's going to get to that point where people are either going to start losing their fucking minds and taking all their assault rifles and blowing up their damn TVs, or it's going to get to that point where shit's going to look so fucking ridiculous, people will be confused as to what's real and what's fake, and then we move more closer to everything looking like shit, even real life. So, I'm at a 3.8. He's just barely below, so altogether 4.12.
I believe the original wins, but you're a close second.
Second. I even feel that way when I look back. When I look at, I remember being dumbfounded when I saw the Avengers movie and I saw young Tony Stark. Now when I go back and I look at it, I can see that it looks cartoon fake. It's hard for me to explain. My eyes are not fooled by CGI for very long. It probably lasts a couple of months. If I see it in the theater and I can fool myself into being in love with it, I can get about a year out of CGI, and then I just get tired of it.
So we got 4 group pictures. So
Let's see these group pictures real quick.
Yep, because I got to get going home.
Like, what is the very best movie monster that has survived the test of time for me? It's the T-Rex.
Oh, from Jurassic Park?
Because it was real. It's there. It's a gigantic animatronic monster that still exists today. That thing is there. That's impressive.
That is. That's why
that survives the test of time.
That's why that original Jurassic Park movie was so good.
So is he taking a selfie then?
Yes.
Yes.
So the one in the middle is taking a selfie with Grandpa and Junior.
Yes.
sure.
Well, you know, in the 80s, they were all about their phones. Had they had our phones, you think it's bad
been a hell of a
now.
lot worse, yeah.
Next. Ooh.
The new one is sad. He doesn't have a
I like how the original looks like he's got one of those toy glider planes, like he's going to throw it across the yard and be like, yay, yay, yay.
This is so much fun.
Look at my teeth.
The one in the middle looks like he's dumb.
No, the one in the middle is pissed off because he threw his into the fiery lava pits.
Yeah, and now he doesn't have a cool glider plane anymore.
And the newer one's just like, y'all's is dumb.
Yeah, and that's the older man that's like, these plane things are fucking stupid.
No, he's sad because he doesn't have a building to
Oh,
climb.
no!
He's like, oh, guys,
That one in the middle doesn't have a building to climb.
Technically, he does.
Later!
He's just pissed off because right now because his glider's in the lava.
The new Kong is sad because, well, it's not sad. He's like, y'all are old school. You playing with planes? I got helicopters.
Yeah, he's got those new drone toys you get from Walmart.
He's like,
But he's looking back and he's got this cool technology, but they're having so much more fun, and he's like, I want to play with those glider planes.
Why does mine have to sit on the charger?
Yeah.
yeah, mine doesn't.
Damn it, Mom bought the wrong size batteries. I needed double A's, not triple A's. Fuck!
Why did I get Serpentera batteries with my fucking helicopter?
Next. Huh.
Peter Jackson Kong is like, rah, and fucking this other one's over here like, bring it on, bitch. I'm still standing here.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it any. Oh, fuck.
I don't give no fucks.
Next. Godzilla versus King
It's gonna be
Kong.
good.
About to get punched right in the lizard face.
Dude, Godzilla's gonna go through some shit in this next movie.
You know, it's actually really funny that Legendary is doing
I have to
doing
be,
this.
you know, I'm sorry, but what Godzilla is going to be about to go through, you would think Kong would not stand a fucking chance.
If this movie looks like it's going to do what it's going to do, I don't understand how they could sell the King Kong versus Godzilla movie without giving Kong one more movie to fight a bunch of monsters himself to put them on equal playing field.
Because those monsters that he fought, Godzilla would have ate them.
Yeah.
The stuff that he has to deal with, okay, he's not going to fight Mothra because apparently Mothra's a very friendly.
He was in the original, too.
I'm probably going to say, I think everybody says his name wrong, but King Ghidorah is in this movie. Mm-hmm. He's fucking sweet. That's my favorite Godzilla villain.
Now, here's the real question: did they put the verses in a weird spot, or did they forget the what do you call it, the colon at the end of Godzilla? Because it's either Godzilla : King versus Kong, or it's Godzilla versus King Kong.
It's a
It's
fan-made
versus
thing.
King Kong.
Okay, then they need to fucking space it out better, because
No, they did it like that
This
on
is
purpose.
going to be
I
cool.
know. But
Who's excited for this?
Dude, it's done by Legendary. So if you read the entire
Legendary
wording,
Godzilla.
it's Legendary Godzilla versus King Kong.
well, technically, it's symbol legendary Godzilla.
Yep.
King
It's
versus
symbol legendary
Ow!
Godzilla King vs. Kong.
I forgot that's the hand that I hurt.
I was about to say, how did you hurt your hand on my leg fat?
Because I hit it wrong, and that's the one that I fucked up at work.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay. Now Bill goes and eats chicken and then gets
And I
a
go
tiny
home
dog.
to feed cats and make goddamn French toast. Because fuck you. Breakfast for dinner.
Tiny dog and chicken.
Fireworks.
Hey guys, did you like that podcast? If so, remember to check out fandomnight.com. At fandomnight.com, you can drop a line to this show, or you could check out other podcasts as well. We cover all kinds of topics, everything from comic books, wrestling, movies, TV shows, video games, animes, mangas. It's outrageous. We seem to have a podcast for just about everything, and you have access to it just by going over to fandomnight.com. So check it out, guys. We're going to get out of here.